Susan, there's a place over here if you want. If you feel that's too far away, there's a spot right there. Okay, ready? Imani, want to take a front seat? Okay, ready? We'll bow. Up. 1, 2, 3. Salute. Okay. First exercise, ready? Feet shoulder width. Hands up, alternating. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Next, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, one more time. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on your waist. Circular movements. Reverse. And center. Okay, next, cross your forearms, hold your kneecaps, circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Reverse. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. And move in here. There's some space up here if you want. Okay, back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Okay, tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Center, down, rotating. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center. Pull in, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Spread your feet. Okay. Turning shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, June, there's a place over here. You want to stand there here. Okay, turn, stretch it out. Switch. 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 Straighten the front knee. Turn. 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 Center. Okay, shake it out. Hands up, pull in, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, hands in waist, shoulder roll. Reverse. Center. Press, release, exhale, inhale. And stop. Deep breathing. Hands up. Inhale. Okay, wrists. Circular movements. Reverse. Okay, palms down. Bigger circle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands in your waist. Side to side shift. Okay. Lifting up. Okay, center. Right foot forward, left hand down, insert needle. Switch. And center. Shake it out. Leg swing, right side. Okay, switch. And arms. Okay, center, side to sides. Okay, switch. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Okay, silk rilling. Okay, switch. Okay, left foot forward, left hand lead. So just make the circle bigger on the front side. Back hand comes over the top. Cross the hands. Passing to the hold the ball position. And forward and back. Forward and back. And center. Okay, I'm going to face the front, cross the arms, right foot forward. Turn to the left, open and close. Try to sit back on the rear leg. Your left leg would carry most of the weight. Light on the front leg. Rise and sink into the stance. And center. Switch. Okay, center. Feet parallel, shoulder width. Circular movements, preparation. Okay, lower hoop. Shoulder height. Elbows down. Lower, palms down. Straighten up. Extend. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Diagonal flying. Switch. Center, cloud hands. Okay, palms down. Lift up. Carry tiger to the mountain. Infinity sign. Form the fists. Okay, strum the lute. Turn, draw the bow. Okay. Fan to the back. Okay, raise the hand. Okay, palms down. Deep breathing. Okay, so we shift around a little. So you want to go in the other room, and mine will work with you over there. We'll go through the short form. Yep. Ready? Yeah, so we can still come forward a little bit. That way people in the back have enough room. Ready? Preparation. Sink the elbow, relax the shoulders. Shift your weight, step up left side. And continue. Right side grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying. Step up. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Brush knee 4 times. Strum the lute. Repulse the monkey 3 times. Insert the needle, fan through the back. Stroke down, parry and punch. Step forward, form the fist. Divert, block and punch. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Raise the left hand, bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Toe heel pivot, left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Single whip, left side, hold the ball, reverse. Stroke down, part the horse's mane. Cross corner. Jade Lady work shuttle. Hook your wrists, drop your elbow, single whip. Cloud hands. Close the form. Okay, deep breathing. Okay, let's do the leopard and tiger springs the mountain toward the mirror there. We're going to do the back side of the form. Sit back, turn, carry tiger to the mountain. Sit back, adjust the front foot, square the feet, adjust and cross. Raise the left hand so this still goes to here. Okay, bend, stork flaps wings, align the hands, pivot, left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Sit back, pivot, hook your wrist to left side single whip. Hold the ball. Flip it over, adjust the feet, diagonal flying. Neutral position, facing that side, the mirror's there, stroke down, part the horse's mane. Step up, toe out, pass through center. Neutral position, draw down, part the horse's mane, cross over, vertical to horizontal, sit back to vertical, lift the arm on the front side, Jade Lady work shuttle, cross over, right side forward, vertical to horizontal, vertical to turn into your center, lift the arm, the front leg, it's Jade Lady work shuttle, and then we would hook the wrist. So let's get back to the front side, and we do a set of cloud hands. Pivot, touch down, drop, pivot, touch down, rotate, pivot on the heel, and pivot. Hook your wrists, single whip. Hold the ball, reverse the ball. Diagonal flying right side. Fingertips to the side, step back, fingertips to the front, sit back, cross the arms, step to the side, shift your weight, elbow, elbow, and press. Okay, deep breathing. So as you progress and you start to integrate your movements, then the hands and the legs have a relationship. So when something happens on one side, something will happen below on the other side, depending on, which posture you're in. So like in cloud hands, we're going to sink down, but then the body starts to relax. Then you turn the spine, and we actually will push off that right leg and pivot on the heel. We shift the weight, sustain this position, the toe touches, then we start to drop down in the corner. But the weight is still on your left till you pivot. Then you pivot your shoulders, you're weighted on your right, and the hands are ready to drop as you step out. You open the foot, you start to drift across, and the hands are moving with the body until you get to the corner again. You touch down, you descend, turn, find your hand position, single whip, open, pivot on the heel, transition across with the weight as your hand moves with the body. Bring the hand in as you turn. Reset the center. Sink the elbows. Adjust your feet. Close to here. Diagonal flying. Shift. Touch down. Sit back. Cross and lean. Elbows back and square the left foot and reset. You see, so all those little components are timed for each motion. And then when your body programs that in, you begin to, what we call, differentiate between the solid and empty. So solid is when you're weighted on one side, empty is when you're empty. So all these positions are actually learned in your system. So a simple thing like this, where we're shifting our weight, the body is transitioning to you on that one leg, and then you're in the vertical position. As you go across and you shift, you find your center, and there's your vertical position. Now this vertical position, when we say go here to this position, there's your vertical line. There's your twist. There's your vertical line. So each time you're over that leg, you have the substantial leg. But can you differentiate it between the solid and the empty? That is a relationship between the two sides. It happens between, from the toe through the hips, from the arms to the spine. So this cross relationship becomes then when you step and you're light, this is insubstantial. There's no weight on the pivoting feet or the pivoting foot. So that's what you're learning. That's cloud hands, but it's very important in the beginning get the pattern and then get the hands. Now if you're doing the long form, we get to here. Then you have elbows and knees, shoulders and hips, hands and legs, hands and feet actually. So this is see. So the up and down, the forward and back, the right and left all start to blend in as one continuous action. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. So let's try that a couple of times from single whip position to cloud hands. Okay. Let go. So this is relaxing. Sinking the elbow. No, just the cloud hands. Soften the feet. Soften the shoulders and elbows. So now once we're there, if we wanted to go back the other way, which would be a little bit, you would step out, shift, then the same thing would happen. Okay. All right, shake it out. So that's just something that you can practice. Okay, so the feet, when you're here and you do this toe and heel relationship, then the feet become more agile. We wear these really stiff sneakers and the soles are so thick to cushion your feet. they actually restrict your feet. They don't move. So when you wear thin shoes and you're doing Tai Chi, you have the ability to maneuver the stance. The toes are working. The soles of your feet are part of that. Because the feedback from the soles of your feet is what tells your brain where you are within the movement. So the toe-heel relationship is building that passive-active action. So when we turn to here, then the whole toe and heel and the legs become soft. So the legs, the last thing to learn to be agile. Then once your feet and legs are agile, then your footwork will be agile. You'll be able to move, not clumsily, or you'll be able to maneuver. So, but this happens right in the beginning. When you start the form and you adjust the feet and you turn the body, now you have the relationship from the sole of your feet to the top of the head. You see, so that's that footwork. When you're here and you want to step forward, then that allows you to step, because when you're here and you want to create the fist and you come into the neutral position, upper body, that relationship becomes part of that phase. And then you withdraw, turn, sink, and punch. So the external 6 harmonies are these joints, the external side of it, the hand, the elbow, the shoulder, the hip, the knee, and the ankle become a relationship. So it's not that they're working simultaneously, it's actually sequential. So the harmony of the movement is on the external physical side would be these, those, and these. So there's 12, I call them the primary movers that have to integrate. That's, total body movement. So, but when you program the movement into your body and it's total like that, then every cell in your body involved with that movement is activated. And then at the same time it's producing the circulation you need to supply the nutrients to the cells that are part of the movement. So if the whole body is not moving, then those areas don't get the same connection. And sequential, yeah. 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 Okay, demonstrate that again. The simplest way of demonstrating that is this. Well, what they're doing is they may be doing different movements in a specific space, but the action is the same. Fold and unfold. Fold and fold. Straighten and straighten. The wrists and the ankles. The shoulders and the hips. So as long as they're coordinated, as like they're working together, because this is not including the hips, right? But if I include the elbow and the knee, and I straighten up, then the hips have to be involved. If I sink, the ankles have to fold. They're working together too. Yeah. Well. So in a drill like this, because it's bilateral motion, because we're doing exactly the same thing, then the two sides are working in tandem. It's very easy to do. If I do this, okay, say here, when I do this, so that's what you would call anti-phase movement. And in this case, the movements are not totally bilateral. It's unilateral, but then you're doing each side independently and separately, but yet the relationship between the two sides become the substantial, insubstantial, and then the passive action. When I'm here and I'm here, one is passive, one is active. This becomes active, this is passive, but this is solid, that's empty. So those relationships are hard to think through in the beginning. So when you first learn the movement, then it becomes later on this. Now I'm moving here. The whole body is moving because something is creating that motion. So it's either the legs, the torso, or whatever that pattern would be. So that's body intelligence. But taking the concept and the principle of this theory, then you have to put it into action. So it's pretty complex. Over time, you start to understand, why it is relevant. Because just doing this doesn't really do anything until you do this. Now that's relevant, right? Because you're supporting your leg. Can you control that? Controlling each component in your body, because you have those 12 joints. But it's more than those 12. Those are the major joints. The rest of the body, if you tie in the torso, it's not one chunk here. You have all of this, the shoulder girdle, the clavicle area, the ribs, your spine. All of this becomes part of that motor skill. So when you turn your body, it's not just one massive turn. It's a sequential event in the turn and the twist. But your legs can't coordinate with your hands until your torso allows it to connect. Right? So that's why we have to learn to turn. Okay, so we'll go through the long form. Okay, John. Okay, deep breathing. So, the form just houses just the sequences or the postures, but also it's a training tool. It's a book of movement, so you use that as your reference. So once you plant the seeds over time, the movements will flower, and then they just are in your system, and it comes out based on all the concepts and theories we talk about. So grasp the sparrow's tail if we do the right side. Forward, back, and forward. And the left side, grasp the sparrow's tail, one on each side. Not only the pattern, but the shifting of the weight, the transition of the hands and legs, the timing to build those movements. So those four movements actually are very important to build the basis of the four square energies. It's called ward off, roll back, press, and push. But they call it Pang Li Ji An. Those are the four essential energies. Then the corner movements, diagonal flying, part the horse's mane. All these movements like this are the corner movements. Jade Lady Work, Shuttle Works, the corners. And then you have the pulling down motions. Those are in the second four energies. And separation, these are splitting energies. And then you have your elbow and you have your shoulders. So we work our shoulders to create motion and control the direction of our shoulders. And then we control the elbows depending on what we're doing with the elbow. So the elbow folds, it goes out, it goes in, creates the roundness and movement. So those are your joints, and we have to manipulate those and control those. So the external connections of that. On the internal side, we have the mind and the body, right? So the mind intent. So the Chinese would call the yi, your will and heart. That connects, that's the mind, that connects with the motion. So when we connect with motion, when we know now anyways, once you program the brain sequentially to do these different actions, then it becomes a sequence of events. And that's created by the synapses and the chemical firing that connects all of those in a sequential order. So those are your postures, those are the integration of body. So that mind-body connection becomes real because now it's learning patterns, it's learning, it's cycling, and there's a tremendous amount of information going back and forth there. And the result is what we call the essence of the motion, which is finishing the product. So that's sort of what happens internally. Your breath, your movement, the mind, the body. So all of that comes into play. So with grasp the sparrow's tail, you have the round off, you have the vertical. So pushing hands, when I teach this in the class as double pushing hands, the hands become this, 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 this. So these are patterns that we've already programmed into the body. And then in the other class last Thursday, I taught you some footwork. And we went 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And we walk the direction and then go back. So if you took the hands and your legs and you combine them and you build in the movements that flowered into a motion, then we have this. So that's what you're learning with grasp the sparrow's tail in action, because footwork is important, right? So the fact that we're doing all of these movements, how do you get from one position to the next and be able to connect the movement? So when you're walking and you go backwards and forward and backward, the hands have to move together. Otherwise, there's no control, balance, or sensitivity to movement. So that's kind of what it leads to at some point. You missed the last class. On Thursday. Okay. All right. So we'll bow. Up. On Thursdays at 6:45.